Alright folks, straight to Alex. Coming at you. New video today. What we got for you today? So what do we have? We have a 2011 Subaru Forester. And what are we doing today? We're changing the brakes, of course. And not only that, we're doing the brake pads, we're doing the rotors, and we're doing the calipers on this front end of the Subaru Forester here. Now the first step, I'm going to be finding a good spot to jack up the car. Oh, that was not a good spot, I'll tell you that right now. Try that again. It's me, man. And that's why it's a good reason to have jack stands under the car. Now I'm just going to give a preliminary check on the car, see if anything else is loose before I get under there. I'm going to shake the wheel left to right, up and down. You always want to throw a jack stand underneath. Like I said, you don't need to fall in, just like how I did earlier. Think of it as an insurance policy you don't have to pay for. Next step, I want to go up here to where my master cylinder is and just take off the top. That way, when I push in these calipers, it has some room to go. Alright, on to the fun parts. Take my impact wrench here and pop them off. Remove the tire. Again, I like to put this underneath the car just for another added security in case this car falls. I wanted to give myself a little room, so I turned the rotor. Looks like Subaru was nice enough to put this caliper mounting bracket bolt right next to this stud. So, since I can't fit that in too well, maybe I can with the short. I think I can do it with the short, so I'll take these off. Take that off and put it aside. I probably won't be needing it later. Like I said, I'm replacing the calipers here. I'm going to get this one down on the bottom. Again, I'm going to take it off. Next, I'm going to be going for this caliper mounting bracket bolt. Grab my 17 long here. You don't want to budge. You know, folks, when you get a little bit older, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of power tools laying around the shop. Seem to rely on them more and more as I get older. I'm just going to put that in that bottom stud, take her out. Made life a lot easier. Same thing with up top if I can get up here. Well, maybe with the adapter here and the tiny one. Yeah, at least got it started. I can finish her off. I want to be careful I don't lose my caliper and let it hang. I'm just going to pound that off. I don't want to damage the hoses. Why I'm not worried about damaging it, just worried about my hose. Like I said, I'm replacing the calipers anyway. sit up there so don't hang. Go here, I'm going to take off my rotor now. Lucky it was nice and easy to come off. Didn't have to do too much, but there is definitely some scoring up around here. Switch so you see what the back looks like. You can feel it already. So this is the back side of the rotor. Feel the grooves all in this. There's a toasty rotor. Check my wheel bearing here. Still all right. Okay. At this point, I'm going to run and grab my new rotor. Here I got the new brake rotor. It's the passenger side. They're marked on this one because it's actually an aftermarket rotor with cross-screwed and slots. So some of them have orientation, some of them don't. This one does. So we go with what the manufacturer says. All right, here's our new caliper. At this point, I'm going to take off the bracket off this new caliper. Ooh. Oh, wrong way. Same thing on this side. Put them aside. Put that aside. A nice new bracket. Get in here a little bit. Not that way. Not that way. That way. Yeah, that way. This way. Okay. So I'm going to have to put my bolt in the back there. Fortunately, I have to use the old hardware. That's okay. Not that bad. Kind of want to line up the holes a little bit. This bracket, just get them started. I don't want to get them cross-threaded. And that will be a whole different issue. Tighten up the bottom one first. Tighten up the bottom one. Usually just give it a good ooga-ooga. And then go up to my top one up here. I want to make sure I get on that bolt. I want to cross thread it. Like I said, Forester was nice to position that bracket bolt right in front of the stud, or right in front of the strut. I don't want to tell you too much where I strip it out, so what I got here is just a box end wrench, and tighten it down as best as I can. I was just more concerned about getting it off. Okay, here we go. Next I want to be doing my hardware. Put them into here. It looks like the big piece right here is on the bottom, the old one. Put her in there and tap her down. Those fitted very nice. They should, they're brand new, right? Put her on the top one. Nice. Now I'm going with the brake pads. put a little grease on the top and bottom of the pins, so they have ways to slide. Alright, apparently this slime piece slides on the bottom there. Very nice. I also like to put it a little bit on the back where the piston goes on. That way it has a little bit of extra contact. Alright, now at this point I guess I'm going to line up my piston on my bracket here with and put her on. Went in there very nice. I'm going to start my bolts back onto my caliper. Putting them back on, I really try to avoid using the impact wrench. One right there. Go down the bottom here. Get the one in the back. Again, just want it hand tight, really. Nothing too crazy. I don't want it sticking. I want it to move around and have play. Take my little caliper here and I'm going to take off the line. She's a little hard, so I'm going to ask for a little help here. Take my new bolt from my caliper hose and I'll put one of these crush washers in the back of that. Slip her through. I'll take the other washer I got, put it on the other side, and I'm going to find out what size it is before I even get going here. Got a feeling it's 10. Of course, they're always smaller. A lot of times I just like to use the original. So I'm going to put the original one back on and throw the crush washer through and see what the hell happens here. See what happens. Tighten her down. Give it a good oomph. Again, I want to make sure that crush washer is on there good. As you see, crush washer now is. Give her a good oomph. Make sure that crush washer is nice and tight down so it don't leak on me. And that's going to really complete this side until I get to bleed the brakes. So I got my little assistant in there pumping the brakes until the brake pedal gets really hard. Now is it really hard? Okay, now I want you to hold on to it until it goes to the floor. And let me know when it goes to the floor. Okay, pump up and do the same thing again. Take that off just so we can see if any of the oil comes shooting out, if we can. Get a good shot of that. Is it hard? Is it hard? Keep doing it. Anything? Alright, well hold it and then hold it, okay? And let me know when it goes to the floor. Okay, you can let up. That one's all good. On the other side, when I do the other side in about an hour. That's how you bleed them. Thank you. Now at this point I had a steady fluid come out that wheel well, so I know it's pretty well bled clean. I'm just going to top up the reservoir and make sure there's some fluid still in there because you don't want it going dry. And I'm going to put this wheel back on. We're going to call it a day, or at least on this side. Grab my wheel. I'll put it right back on. I'm going to turn this hey. At this point, I'm going to start some of these lugs. I don't want to impact them run. I don't want to strip any of them out. We don't have that kind of time today. I'd love to do a demonstration for you how to remove a strip lug, but I don't have that kind of time. Come on here. Over here. Hello. Now on to the next side. Alright, moving on to the driver's side here. Let's take off this tire. I already got the tire jacked up, so we're gonna get a jack stand underneath. Just like the other side, I'm going to turn this caliper and get some room into it. Grab a 14 millimeter and hit this back one. Put that down. And hit this other 14 on the very bottom here. Now I can go on and hit my brake caliper off. There we go. Tuck her away. Up over here. I'll be out of the way. There you go. Moving on in the back of the rotor here. Try to get this bracket off. It takes 17 again. Socket's very rusted. She still came. Very nice. Enough of a little PB kink here. Try to hit that top one as well. Also got no room in there. Take my adapter so I can reach in the back here. Just gotta get it on. Again, thanks Subaru for these bolts being in their improper spot. I could take them off. I really don't want to. So risk of this getting any more stripped than it already is, I think I'm going to be in trouble here. Got lucky there. Stressing the importance of not using a 12-point socket on an impact wrench. We'll strip the living crap out of these. So I can take off my old bracket, set her aside, take off this rotor, see how bad it is. It's not too bad in the front. It's a little old though. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Let's put on some new ones. I'm going to spray a little brake cleaner on this. Alright. So, let's put our new rotor on. Looking beautiful. Now we can start back with the bracket. I'll put our new bracket on. Put this top one. I'm going to start that just to get it started. Start the top. I'm going to start the bottom one. I'm going to start the bottom one down here. Line the hole up. I'm going to have to clean that out with some PB Blaster. Alright, I'm going to spray in the bottom bracket bolt hole. Just get a little lube. I'm going to spray my bolt a little bit. The lube doesn't hurt. It's already looking a lot better. That went on nice and smooth. What we'd like to see. And nice and snug. Back up to my top one here. Just going to give it a little bit of lube too. Spray her down. We'll go nice and easy in there. We don't need any fights today. And again, thanks for Subaru. Putting that bolt right there. Thank you very much. You guys are great. It's easier for me to get my box wrench in here. I'm just going to use that. No shame going old school. And nice and snug. Alright, now that's ready. My bottom piece, the long arms go down. There we go. Top piece goes on the top. Slipped in there very nicely. I love new brake pads, new sets of everything. They go in smooth, no fighting it. Bottom pad, or right hand side pad, or passenger side pad. Just going to put a little bit on the bottom here, a little bit on the top so it slides. Fit in very nicely. This one seems a little off, so just want to make sure that was in there right. Okay, I guess that's my sense. There we go. A little misalignment. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on my caliper side here. Okay, next step up, I'll be switching over that caliper. Come up on my caliper here. Come to my caliper here. I'm gonna take off the hose. My 12 millimeter. Oh no! That's what I need. Oil going on a new brake job. Of course. Of course, a horse is a horse. Alright. I probably should have started this a little bit sooner, but that's how it goes. Let's get that caliper hanging on something. Anything. Okay. Take my bolt for my caliper line here. Slip it in the back with the new crush washer. Make sure the old one's off. Slip the other one through the other side here too. And slip around the back. But before I do that, gotta take out the rubber piece of grommet back here. Alright, let's try that again. Definitely important that you keep a pan underneath for all that dripping. Back on here. Give it a good tight. Good tight. I want that crush washer crushed. I don't want any leaking. Alright. Next step is put on the bottom one. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Alright, spilled so much oil, I'm going to clean everything off a little bit. Okay, on to bleeding the brakes until they get really hard. Oh, well, keep holding it. You gotta pump it again. There's a lot of air in that line. Whoa. Alright, pump it again. Alright, why don't you hold it? Oh, yeah, looking good. Alright, one more time. Alright, hold it. Oh, yeah. Now I get to put the tire back on. Alright, now I'm going to lower the car. Now at this point in the car, I want to pump my brakes. Make sure I got some brake pressure there. I want to reset those pistons back out. And I want to take this car for a drive. Make sure everything works correctly. Woo! She works good. I also got to break these calipers. I also got to break these brake pads in. And we'll do that momentarily here.